there's there's so much that we can do for each other. Like, there's so much that, like, one person can do to another person that affects change in a way they'll go and spread. And that is how, like, tantric practices work, or discipling, mentoring, is you spread your light, and that light goes beyond that initial spark. And, you know, as a massage therapist and yoga teacher, and all these things that in the West were, you know, kind of more anatomical based, and that was my basis. It was learning how to heal injuries. And through that process and being able to interface with so many different bodies, the essences of what everybody needs is almost exactly the same. And it's to feel like there's more out there. And when we are in pain, we tend to focus on that pain and not really what causes it. And what causes pain is this feeling of separation. Even if it was an injury on a certain day, that injury was probably caused by maybe a freak accident, totally. But where was your head in that moment of the accident? And I find this a lot with athletes. It's like on their you know, big injury days, like their head wasn't in the focus, in the ring. What brings us more focus, what keeps us in the ring of life, what keeps us playing this game when it's really hard, right? It's not easy. Every single day might have a challenge, and every single day might have a blessing, and every single day for sure has a challenge that is actually a blessing. But it's perspective. And so no matter who you are or what medicine you provide, reminding people that they're not alone is the best medicine. And for most of us, when we're trying to connect to not feeling alone, we want a tangible thing to not make us feel alone. We want it to be physical. We want a hug, right? We want a conversation. But for some of us, we might not have the relationships that put us on a space where we can feel like we can do anything, because we all can do and create anything. But do we believe that? Because we have to believe it in order to achieve the things that we want to achieve on this earth. And so can we remember where we came from and not base our identity off of our perceptions of who we think we should be, right? And similarly, can we not base our perceptions of the Creator, the one that makes us not ever alone, off of our human relationships? And I find, especially as a young woman, that we base our ideas, our concepts of this space holder, this ultimate creator, as our relationships usually with our masculine encounters on this earth so far. Whether or not you have an earthly father, it's the space holding penetrative energy of the creator it just is. And so our relationship to that can very much produce our current self-esteem and our current ability to know that we can do it. And similarly, our relationship with the earth is very mirrored to our relationships with the feminines in our life. The nurturing, the being. And so if we're either so focused, our self-worth comes from our accomplishments and our drive, or it's the other way around, where our focus is on the safety that we didn't necessarily get. And so it's comfort that we're seeking and pleasure. And in some ways, on the two sides, these are the extremes. And so there's harmony in the middle that has both a feminine and a masculine energy that holds you at your seat, holds you at your roots. So you can grow from that foundational space of unconditional love. But again, if we have a conception of the Creator as our own mind conceptions, it's going to feel so limiting. We're not going to feel supported. This earth is crazy. Like the world is unsupportive. It just is. It's survival, which is really old paradigm ideas that we're overcoming, because we need to conserve our natural resources, but this is an abundant matrix. There's nothing that you desire that you cannot have in an instant. It is the amount of belief that you have that draws things in. So you have to believe in yourself. And when we look outside for validation, we're never gonna feel good enough. Ever. And so the space to feel alright, the space to feel love and oneness, to feel held, it's unexplainable, but it never ever went away from you. There's a lot there on top of it, but it's always been there. Love has always been there for you, in you. You're made of it. So next time you see something beautiful, that's you. You're made of that. When you feel awe and gratitude, you are that. And so when you look at your life and your experiences, can you look at it like you would with reverence at a beautiful sunset? Would you look at all the colors of your life and think, wow, what a transformation? Because every single day, that sun's still gonna rise, and every single day that sun's gonna go down. And so we are just in that flow. And we can do amazing, great things. And most often what stops us from that, like I kind of already been saying, is it's feeling safe and direction to birth that which you want to create. And everything can be such a distraction from your heart's desires when it's a secret to you. And the only one that's going to know what you want is you. So take as many quiet moments as you can to listen. And it might be foreign at first, and you might be listening a lot to your thoughts. But eventually, you'll start to hear that whisper, and that whisper will get louder. And it'll be really sweet to you. It'll be really, really kind to you. And that's how you're going to know it's not the thoughts and the conditions. It's the real you talking to you. Because you to you is an angel talking to a human. That's what you are. That's what we're all made of. The heavenly. And so it is in that space, that heart chakra. It's the chakra between the heaven chakras, the upper three, and the lower base animal, your human. So right here is that cross point, that trinity, that ability to access flow. And so I hope this is a reminder that your power is within and never left you. And it's desiring more than anything to love you, to provide for you, and to make you all that you want to be. That's the truth. You're made of love.